Been trying to reach you.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on, guys?
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Just-
Nothing
Just
important has happened.
usual old Wednesday.
Just normal.
Normal. Run of the mill
Oh.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Nothing has happened this week. The country is in good shape.
Sure.
Oh.
What do you guys? What's happening? What are you owing over there?
Oh.
Because
No, technology is tough on Wednesdays.
Okay.
It was me.
Okay.
I think it
I
was
was wondering what was happening. I started hearing us start again. I was like, wait a minute.
oh,
No,
I
it
couldn't
was-
hear.
it
I didn't hear
was-
any of that.
I have the Facebook feed up, and it was
Gotcha.
playing audio. That's where the problem was.
Let's see.
Toby,
Yeah.
Friday you took Jim Jam and I to a far off country, and I think we need to acknowledge the fact of that far off land.
Nebraska 1-day road trip.
Yeah.
Nebraska 1-day road trip. Jim,
Yeah.
how'd you feel about Nebraska 1-day road trip?
It was great. We had some really good pizza. We
Yes,
saw
Pizza, and there was a conference center. There was a conference going
There
on.
was.
There was. I wanted to crash the conference. We should have.
It's a pizza place / conference center in the middle of rural Nebraska.
Yeah. And it was like a pizza buffet, like the old style Godfather's kind of
Yes.
pizza buffet.
For
Cheeseburger
those of you
pizza.
in the South, Mr. Gaddy's is how
Okay.
it reminded me of a Mr. Gaddy's. So
We were at Valentino's. Just shout out to Valentino's.
it was delicious. I would go there again. Yeah.
We also went to the first Cabela's.
Yep.
And we saw
We
the
did.
Cabela home, the family home.
The
in the
family-
middle.
That
Cabela's home.
still was to me the most interesting part of the trip, because what a bizarre compound mansion building
Yeah.
to place in a very small Nebraska town.
Next to
A church. It was next to a church, right?
Yeah, it was like kind of connected. I
it
thought.
was an old church, right?
Yeah, like an old wooden. Yeah, I didn't understand how they were connected or why. And then the structure, if people can imagine, just any sort of classic rural town, their mansions like gated with lots of African sculptures, and the
Animals,
door
like
had like giant
rhinoceroses.
elephants on the doors.
So
I don't know how to explain this thing. It made no sense. It hurt my head, and I was dying, by the way. But regardless of that, it still hurt my head.
You didn't
Rob
die.
tried to kill me.
You didn't die. You did not die.
So
at all.
All right.
So, but
debatable.
Did you notice that the glass doors that were connected to the sidewalk on this road, the main street,
Mm-hmm.
to their house?
Did I notice the glass doors? I just remember the big elephant. Was there
Yeah,
glass?
so that was on the side
Yeah.
road, but on the main road there was like a glass breezeway that you walked through to go into the doors on the side. It was so weird.
People need to Google it. Just Google like the Cabela home in
Mary
Sidney,
Cabela
Nebraska.
Mary Cabela lived there. She
But
was
I think there was a lot of
79.
Cabela's that lived there.
There was 4.
Yeah.
2 in their 50s and then 2 in their 70s / 80s. So, because I
It was
looked at the
bizarre.
property tax on it. But anyway, we also had Runzas.
Yes.
We did. Yep.
Another
And then-
Nebraska treat.
Yep, Nebraska was in full effect. And then we ended the evening with a little stop at World's Greatest Truck Stop,
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Chucky's.
Buc-ee's.
Chucky's.
Not Buc-ee's. Jeez.
Chucky's.
Okay. All right. Jim, are you supposed to tell people things?
So if you guys are new here, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast.
Or don't. I'm gonna start encouraging people not to.
But we would love for you to tell your friends about us, and hopefully
Or don't.
hopefully we can get more guests.
Or
we do have a
we
guest
won't.
tonight. Yeah, we really want you to please get the word out and join us when we go live like this.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or don't, I guess.
That's what I'm
Toby,
here for.
you really are the best ambassador for this.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. So
Think about what you could accomplish if I wasn't involved. Yeah.
Wow, man.
I know.
The ideas are just afloat.
I know.
They're up there. Anyway. Toby,
Yes.
we have a guest tonight, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be the thing at
The
this
gimmick.
point. Yeah, that's the gimmick.
All right, well, then do what you're supposed to do.
I don't know how I got this job, but I feel like I know too much about this person, even though I know very little. I only just met him. But it is, yes, spoiler alert, a dude. This time, though, I think I can safely say Jim has known this guy for like 15 to 20 years. Is that roughly the,
that's
the
fair,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. Like he probably has some sort of art background or something. And I've got a hand growing out of my head. Oh, and his name is, I think it was Sam.
There you go. Jim, do you want to take over and do a proper introduction?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce Sam Mirkovich. I've known Sam since I was in undergrad at Central Washington University, and we lost contact for a little bit, but then came back a few years ago and have an annual conversation. And he sends me fun wrestling memes and things like that. So, all right, everyone, Sam.
All right. Thank you,
Well,
guys. Thank you for
welcome,
having me.
Sam.
Yes, I am here in my studio, and I'm here to actually make you some of you guys some mug. So I'm making Rob and Toby a mug.
Do you don't want to
cool.
make Toby a mug? Toby's. You heard the intro.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know there was a mug.
If you
Yeah,
would have showed up on
opportunity.
time.
Yeah,
So
well, I missed out on that. Oh, Jim's holding a mug.
I actually have
That's his
a
own-
mug from Sam from one of our previous
An original
conversation sessions.
Yeah. So something that I do is
Yeah.
I chat with friends and family, and I have a conversation with them, and I make them a mug, and then I ship it out to them. So I have somewhat of like a relic of our conversation, or they do, and so it's just kind of a way to stay connected with old family and friends. So that's what I do.
That's cool. So you got the wheel there,
Yes.
and
And-
through, does the conversation dictate the way that the
No,
mug is formed?
No, I asked for a request. Rob is getting a sweet tea mug. So I have no handle.
That's not a thing. That's
Is
not-
now.
It is.
Oh,
It is a
geez.
thing.
Don't
It is a thing.
indulge him.
Toby gets a mug with a hole in it.
That's cool.
Does it hold
In the
anything?
bottom?
Yeah.
All right. So
That's what he deserves.
Toby, what would you like? Would you like a coffee mug? Would you like a beer mug? Would you like a water glass? What would you like?
I mean, I like a good coffee mug. I mean,
Okay. And you like it big, small?
ooh.
What do you like?
Let's see if I want. I don't want it too big. That just
Okay.
gets obnoxious.
Okay.
Let's go small
Okay.
to.
Can you get him a
medium.
128 ounce, one of them big,
Yeah,
the
like a
truck
big
stop,
gulp coffee, big gulp ceramic cup.
Yeah. What, Chucky's? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
That guy?
Chucky's.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bucky's. Bucky's.
Bucky's.
Yeah.
That-
Are you familiar with what Bucky's is? I know you
Yeah.
probably don't have them up there, but
No, I went to Austin and
There you
I
go.
saw one, and it was impressive. It was like a Walmart of gas stations.
See, it's just a Walmart. Thank you, everybody. Sam
it's
gets
not.
it.
It's not a Walmart. It's a
I
Walmart
mean,
of gas
except that
stations.
it is. Except that
It's a good. I didn't go in it though. I just passed by it. I
didn't
feel.
go in.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well,
You missed out on so much. Your life
That's-
could be so much better.
I know. I'm sorry.
Or I can just ask Sam the two questions. Okay, have you been to a truck stop, Sam?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you
Loves
been
and
to a
Pilot.
Walmart? Have you been to a
Yes.
Walmart? Okay, you've been to Bucky's. Okay. Also,
Toby,
Sam,
what did you purchase the other day?
where are you? I didn't get anything. You got my gum.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm in
thank
Walla
you.
Walla. So nice they named it twice.
Walla. Do you know I lived for 9 months in Walla Walla?
No, was it in the prison?
It's a good guess. That's a very good guess. No, I was
Okay.
at school.
Okay. What? So did you go to Walla Walla College, or did
I
you
did go to Walla Walla College.
All right, the Adventist school, right?
That's correct, and I was there my freshman year.
All right.
Crazy.
What happened?
I
Why
mean,
did you not stay there and complete your education?
there's a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, we don't need to bring it up. We don't have
Yeah.
to go there.
Yeah.
We do try to get our people to confess
It's nothing.
their crimes.
It's not. I
so,
mean, I don't know.
Toby.
I just didn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's
All right.
the
Thought it was going to be
answer.
better.
But I know a little. It's been 1,000 years ago, and it feels like a different lifetime. But
Yeah.
when I was there, there wasn't even a Taco Bell. We had to go to Tri-Cities.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Can
Can you
quite the
imagine?
drive.
That's why I didn't
know.
come back. Really.
Yeah. That's
I
a
get it.
50-minute drive.
You can
Yeah.
say that you just, you got addicted to crack.
Yeah, but it was the crack addiction. I forgot.
Parents
That's what
made you
it was.
move home
Yes, that's right.
to Kansas. You had to go back to Kansas.
Well, then I went to Nebraska.
You know what? I'm
See,
pro
and then
Nebraska
I
now.
became an ambassador to you two.
I know. You took
It
us
all
on the
came around.
Nebraska
It all came
official
around.
Nebraska tour. We got Sam. I don't know. You're in Washington. If you were to bring people and tell how awesome the state is, would you take them to a pizza buffet that also had a convention center attached?
I mean, they don't all have that. Just this was a special one, so you got a bonus.
I don't know. You're talking trash about Bucky's. I don't know. I mean,
I am. You're
kinda-
right.
Exactly.
I love
that's-
Bucky's. I'll go to every Bucky's.
Yeah, no, Bucky's was awesome. We went to the world's largest the world's first Cabela's.
Yeah.
Nice.
We went to Nebraska's largest body of water.
Yeah, Lake McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, the lake is what we've.
It's
I
a
called
nice
it.
lake.
It was very, very nice.
We had a good time there.
And
on
then
the
we
shores. On the shores.
the shores of Lake
McConaughey.
McConaughey. And then we topped it off with Runzas, which if you're confused to what a Runza is, it's basically a hot pocket with cabbage inside.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
It really
Yeah.
is what it is. I mean, that's it's part of the
Should I not laugh?
the
there?
Welling. It's
Did
part
that
of the
offend
Wellington
somebody?
family. So if you're a fan of the Wellington family of foods, it's in that.
Well, now I don't think it always was. It was some like little ladies. Whatever.
Wellington is a style of food, Toby.
What? What is it?
Like beef Wellington,
Oh, that's what you're comparing it to?
Hot Pockets,
It's just like
Hot Pockets
meats in the
aren't
South.
the same as a Wellington.
corn dogs,
Okay, now you are off script.
Pop
and
Tarts is the
unhinged. Okay.
dessert Wellington.
No, all right.
So Sam,
Runs-
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank
go
you.
ahead and bring it
Thank
back
you.
real quick. Sam,
Jim.
can you talk to us about how you started the conversation project that you're working on?
Yeah. So I'm a teacher by trade, and during COVID, I had a very difficult time getting the kids to show up to class. I developed this thing. I go, well, I have to bribe you, so I'm going to make you a mug if you show up to class. And so then they started showing up to class. Then I got to know them because I asked them questions. So I made them a mug, and then I realized how well I got to know the students because of it. I showed up. Or like when we got off of COVID and went into class, I knew all the kids' names. I knew a little bit about them, and so it was a great way of communicating to them. And I was like, hey, you know what? I can do this with people that I know, my family and friends, and that's how I kind of it developed into it. And it was because of COVID. And now I've done over 200 of these pottery sessions with family and friends,
That's cool.
and yeah, so it's
Dang, that's a lot.
yeah. No, the shipping's not cheap, but
Yeah.
I love it. It's my I call it my reciprocity. It's my reciprocity to the world, and to my family, and so it's been a nice journey with it, and I want to keep on doing it, and I would love it to morph into something else. I like it to if somebody's in need of a good conversation, because that's basically what it is, reach out to me, and we'll have a great conversation. I'll make you a mug. So that's kind of how I would like it to turn out. So
That's cool.
yeah, thanks.
So
So-
with these conversations, what do you talk about?
Well, I have cards. So I have these cards, and I just ask them a question, and then we just kind of roll with it. So you guys would like one?
Sure. Let's go
Yeah,
for
let's
it.
do it.
Okay. How often are you away from your phone and other devices?
Not nearly enough.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
an issue, right? With me, it is. That's kind of a lame question. Do you have any irrational fears? And if so, do you know why?
That's a good
Anybody want to
question.
go first?
I mean, I feel like I have like 10,000 irrational.
I know. Me too, but I can't think of any.
Like quicksand. Like everybody who grew up in the 80s is afraid of quicksand because they
That's
apparently
right.
made it seem like it was going to be everywhere, and I've yet to
Right.
find any.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
Irrational.
Murky waters. I do not like murky waters.
Yeah,
Like if
I
I'm in a lake, and I'm
Yeah.
looking down, I do not like it. And
Yeah.
why? Because of Jaws.
Yep.
You don't
Yeah.
know what's down there.
Exactly.
I think I
That's
have a
irrational.
fear of falling and just like hitting the pavement or something, like just falling from a really high place.
Jim, that's not an irrational fear. That's called gravity.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall from a very high place.
So
Okay.
you know how you
But
prevent
that's not
that?
Just
that's
don't
not
go.
irrational.
Is
That's
that
a
not
that's
No,
a
that's just
rational.
rational. That's a
Yeah, like
rational
nobody
fear.
Okay.
nobody
okay.
wants to fall from a high place.
No
like,
one wins in that situation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So irrational.
Like Jim, when you live in the
Irrational-
mountains, when you
I
go
do.
outside, do you just think like bear is there all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, I assume that they're out there somewhere.
But that's
Are
because
you-
there
Are
are.
you afraid?
Yeah, because they are. No, I'm not worried about bears as much as I am mountain lions.
Well, you can't.
But I
hunt
guess
them
that's
in
not
Colorado.
irrational either. I feel like all fears
Yeah.
are rational if you really look at them.
Or you can hunt them in Colorado. Never mind. Yeah. Well, no, like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of irrational fears.
No, there are. I just can't think of them when I'm on the spot. Apparently,
That's all right.
Well, like Shelly's scared at my wife. I'm going to call her out because she's not here and she's probably
call.
not listening, or she is. She's scared of drawbridges.
Oh yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like to be on them.
Yeah. But like just like if there's a bridge that in the sign says drawbridge ahead,
Oh yeah.
panic.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
I
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
So,
because that's a
know,
good irrational fear that sort of
Yeah.
makes sense, but it totally is irrational.
yeah.
Right.
We also she doesn't like care for like giant suspension bridges or anything like they're
Yeah.
like where my parents live in Florida is the Skyway Bridge. She doesn't care for that, but
Sure.
she doesn't freak out like drawbridge, especially if it's like opening and we're stopped like right before it opens.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to figure out how to put it in reverse kind of situation. So irrational fear.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be fearful of those now. I'm gonna drive up to it, and I'm gonna actually think about it.
I
Yeah.
mean, I guess anything that you think of, if you want to talk about fears of bridges, The U.S. was it Army Army Corps of Engineers publishes a study maybe annually, but every
like
once in a
what
while.
shape they're in, right?
Yeah.
And some are terrible, aren't they?
I think they also list like how many years past.
Yeah.
When like the point of no repair kind of
Right.
situation. There's like some sort of metric in there that is just the scariest thing ever. But in my hometown, the first time I ever found out about this, 2 of the bridges in my hometown were like in the bottom, like, bottom 1% of bridges that both of them have been replaced since then. Because that's how I found the study, is like somebody in our town like posted it on the internet, or maybe like on MySpace or something at that point.
See, the problem that I see with that is when they put that out there, who's going to get the jobs to create it or design it? Is it going to be the Army Corps of Engineers, or are they going to get more money from testing from it, or what? Do they get money from to make bridges or design bridges, or do they resource?
No,
those
I think it all goes to I think they just test it, right? Like they're just the ones who.
Yeah, it probably goes to like
it probably
third-party.
opens up to bidding, I would assume. I'm completely guessing at this point.
Okay.
We can't Google it.
Yeah,
Or
that's
you know
true.
what? I'm actually the authority on bridges in
Yeah,
the
tell us how it works.
middle central region of the Nebraska territory.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm making.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those-
We farm it out.
Okay.
I'm the authority on that. We
That
farm
seems
it
right.
Okay.
out.
Well,
I don't think that. I think they're kind of like the EPA or like they're just the ones who like follow up and make sure that Americans don't die.
Gotcha.
Or if they die, we know why.
They're the inspector. I gotcha.
That is my understanding now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Could be wrong. Somebody's probably fact checking me on the internet right now. They're like, actually, you are incorrect.
All right. Next question is: what food reminds you of home and why?
Oh, that's easy.
Runza.
Runza
Boom.
would probably remind you of home.
Totally does.
Fried chicken for me, just like the South. Just anything fried.
Nice.
Fried okra, fried chicken.
Ooh, fried okra. Yes. So good.
Fried okra. Yeah.
It's
What amazing.
What about you, Jimmy?
For me, I think of like
fucking salmon, isn't it?
Well, no, I mean I do think that about salmon, but I also my mom makes like enchiladas and things like that.
Oh, nice.
And so I think about that. I think when I first started thinking of home, I was thinking in my mom's home and the type of food that she would make. So
Nice.
she would make these like really good enchiladas that would have like a fried egg on them and stuff like that. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
What was it, over easy or was it?
over
was the
medium.
egg?
So the yolk was runny.
Nice
yeah.
and gooey. Yeah.
Yeah, with the red enchilada sauce and the melted
That sounds
cheese and
amazing.
everything.
Yeah,
it was really good. It's really good.
Let's
So
all go to
it-
Jim's house.
Yeah, Jim, if you were to exclude your household and you were just to go to the
Oh.
region,
Yeah, probably smoked salmon.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
just want to make
love it.
sure that I was right.
Yeah.
No, the reason
or
I
halibut.
reason
Halibut.
I backtracked is because like the first thing I thought of was like my mom's meatloaf, but then like
Yeah.
I can't say meatloaf because it's not just meatloaf in general. Like
Yeah.
everyone's
Then it's your
perfect meatloaf
Yeah.
is your mom's meatloaf.
Gotcha.
That's that's like everyone. Unless you don't like meatloaf, and then you just don't like it. But
I don't know if my mom ever made meatloaf. So,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sam, what about you? What's your home remind you of home food?
My dad used to make crab every Christmas Eve, so it was a tradition that we have crab. Dungeness crab. It's a definitely a Pacific Northwest. My dad was a fisherman, so
Oh, cool.
so that was definitely a staple of and it was a specialty, but in the Puget Sound, you throw out a crab pot, you have your day, you go to work, and then you come back and you go check the crab pot, and then it's full crab, and there you go. It's just part of the Northwest beauty of farming, basically, or harvesting those things. It was, it's a nice tradition.
And Sam, have you spent your entire life in Washington State?
No, actually, that's a good question. I lived abroad in Croatia for 2 years. I taught overseas with my wife, and it was a beautiful experience. That's where my family originated from, was Croatia.
Oh, nice.
And it was actually 100 years prior. So my great grandfather came to the United States, settled in the Puget Sound on Bainbridge Island, and so they came from fishermen, and so it was kind of like a homage, or some type of, like a spiritual kind of,
it's a pilgrimage, dude.
Yeah,
pilgrimage.
Yeah, it was definitely
That's cool.
a pilgrimage. I got to know, I got to know the reason why that my family is the way that they are, because of that culture from back there, and it was very intriguing, and it was big aha moments, and so it was a very beautiful experience from there. And then my wife became pregnant, and we moved back home to be closer to family. But and then I stayed on South Whidbey Island for about 5 years, 1 year in Bellingham, and then Walla Walla. So I'm here in Walla Walla now. Yeah, I've been around.
The vast, amazing land of Walla Walla. I've heard lots of the Walla Walla Community College. Had a friend who taught there, so.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Yeah,
and the onions. Everybody knows the onions.
Yeah, that's right. That's my hat. You guys see my hat? Those are the
Oh,
Walla Walla sweets.
Oh, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a cool hat. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Jim likes to just randomly just say the words Walla Walla every once in a while for no reason. He just kind of just
with no
shouts that
context.
out.
I don't know that I've ever done that, but
You're going to now. Jim, you can't Google it, and you can't call me out for making something up.
Walla Walla.
There you go.
Walla Walla.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice
this
little...
This is a good question.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I got another one, and you guys are all kind of educators. We're all educators. So describe one of your favorite teachers or coaches, and what made them outstanding.
Whoa.
That's a big question.
Yeah, no.
Man. That's real rough.
Yeah, no blubbery.
Go ahead, Rob.
No, you're good, Toby. I like to let you talk sometimes and be nice to people.
Mrs. Drake, 4th grade.
Nice.
And the reason, that's when I found out I was dyslexic, and she was like super supportive and helpful. And I remember like pulling me aside after I like did really well on a spelling test with her help, and being like, she was like jumping up and down, and she was like an old lady. So that, to me, that was like an amazing moment.
She was 37.
That's dope.
No, she actually was old, but yeah. Yeah. So, R.I.P. Mrs. Drake.
Nice.
Mrs. Drake.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And I would have to back on that one, or piggyback on that one. I have dyslexia too, and when I was
Congratulations.
thank you. I know that there's actually quite a lot of benefits from being dyslexic.
True.
But anyways, I had a resource teacher, SPED teacher, that told me, you have what it takes, man. You have what it takes, and I believe that you can make it. And that was just the huge difference. I didn't hear that in my family. Hope you guys are not watching. But I didn't hear that much. That positive, you have what it takes, and you're gonna make it. And that was Mr. Gradville. If you're out there, love you, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do kind of like a high school teacher and then a college teacher, because
What, you think you can get 2?
Can I?
Yeah, there's no real rules. Just wanted to ask and see what you thought.
So in high school, I had this teacher named Phil Yenny, and he really encouraged me to like do the AP art thing, and like really like he really kind of pushed me into like pursuing like I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and he kind of was one of the people that kind of like really encouraged me to see what else is beyond high school in terms of the arts. And then when I got to college, I have to give Stephen Chalmers a nod, because he was somebody who kind of took me under his wing to help, to like kind of, he let me be the darkroom tech, and I learned a lot of technical things, but also just I learned a lot about just being an artist and a photographer. And so I think I have to give Chalmers a nod for that too.
Right. Good. I had him too. He was awesome.
Yeah, for me, it was also a college experience. Greg Schlanger, who you've met, he's the chair at Central now, which is that where you went, Sam? Yeah, it's a small. The art world is small. He was the sculpture professor at Austin P, where I went to undergrad. And there's a weird connection between Central and Austin P and USF, actually,
and RimCAD
yeah.
Wow.
It's weird. But he was a sculpture teacher, and sure, he was great in the classroom, whatever, but it was outside the classroom. He taught me a lot, and kind of made me actually see that it's a viable career, teaching at the college level. And I just learned a lot from him, and I still, look up to him. I don't talk to him very much, just, because he's in Washington, but I did get to write him a letter of recommendation for a sabbatical. And so that was really awesome to me to be able to like do that. I was like, yes, I would love to do that. This is amazing. Cause he wrote my like letter of recommendation. For
yeah. When it comes back around where you can like do something for them. Like
yeah, the
mentors,
funny part is that
cool.
it's literally like, an adaptation of his letter of recommendation template that he wrote for me 15 16 years ago or whatever, and I've just kind of taken that and remixed it to my own version. And I tried, so Greg, definitely, he was college, but before that, before college, I never had like a real good role model teacher kind of situation. But I do have to mention my high school guidance counselor. He was like a former.
Counts.
He was like wait till I tell you what he said.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's keeping it real.
All right, go ahead.
He was keeping it real. So some people know this, not a lot of people, but I didn't graduate high school because it was just not for me. I ended up just like dropping out, getting a GED at the same time that I was going to get a high school diploma. It really stunted my academic growth, let me tell you. And now it's totally like a different situation where like you can do that as a minor if you get your parents' permission, and at least in Tennessee, and it's amazing. But I was like in the process of dropping out, like waiting for my parents to come pick me up, because I was just like, I'm done with this. Like, had to go to the office and like drop out. And so they made me like wait around for him until somebody could come like sign me out. And he's I don't remember his name. He was some sort of coach. He drove an orange panel van that was kind of like rusted out.
Sweet.
I think he was a former football coach, but then they made him a guidance counselor because he couldn't teach anymore, and then like coaching wasn't working out. And he comes up to me when I'm like, sitting there ready to leave. He's like, my brother didn't graduate high school. He's a damn millionaire. And just pats me on the back and walks off.
That is actually dope.
That is the only thing he has ever said to me either. And I've never seen him again. I think he's probably deceased at this point, but
he's a damn millionaire.
Coach Darby.
Coach Darby.
Yes. And he had like the slick back hair, and
were you like, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire?
No, I was just like, what? I was just like, because it was just a weird situation. Like, I was just like, did not want to be at school anymore because I was not learning anything. Yeah. I wish the internet was probably around and useful when I was in high school, I probably would have learned a lot more. I think I
Yeah.
told these guys, like, I used to just go to the library and get like one of the encyclopedia letters. Like I just grab a letter or book and just like read that for the day. So like I know everything about baseball from the encyclopedia because I just read all of it. And then the next day you go pick up another book and you're like, all right, well, you know, I want to dive deeper into the catcher from baseball. So I know everything there is to know about catching.
I like
From
it.
an encyclopedia.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, you know, now you got Wikipedia. You can do the whole thing and then stay up late at night and just
That
hit
rabbit
buttons. Wiki holes, man. It's the greatest thing ever.
Have you ever watched Ken Burns, the baseball series?
No,
very-
but good buddy.
good.
You've watched it, Rob?
Oh yeah.
Shelby
I'm a big Ken
loves it.
Burns fan.
Yeah.
Ken Burns is like there are
Isn't it
documentaries
like
and then
8
there's Ken
hours?
Burns. I think it's like 16 hours.
Yeah, actually, I think it is
Yeah.
double digits.
Yeah, extra innings. They did. No, they actually did 9, and they did each inning. But then they did extra innings, I think.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
But it's good, huh?
Oh yeah. It was fabulous at the time. But I mean, that was when I was in high school. I think that was coming out. So that was really good stuff. All right. Next question is: imagine you have all the money you need. How will you spend your time?
Wow.
Got
That's
you
so
guys.
tough. Yeah.
I mean, with my family, I
Yeah,
think
just
that's
hanging out.
Yeah, that's being with the kids and my wife, and I think just being with family.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah. Fam, friends, and making art.
Yeah. I'd like to be a
Is it-
travel artist. Be
Yeah,
somewhere
that'd be
that
cool.
just like,
That'd be cool.
yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I would like to do like landmarks and things like that in different places and just camp there for like a month and just live it up, go to cafes, get to know the people and draw pictures. And yeah, that would be dope. I like that one.
I'm going to be in outer space because I have all the money I need. So my spaceship that I have wanted to purchase has come in, and we're going to outer space. So I will spend my time in outer space.
Just orbiting?
Maybe setting up my own little mall. Maybe I'd set up a mall.
On the moon?
Of outer space.
Okay.
Because, they're always saying Mall of America is the largest mall.
Yeah.
I can be like,
Moon
I got
mall.
the largest mall in outer space. Because guess what? I just have to call it a mall. You don't even have to be able to shop there. It's much like the 16th Street Mall is not really a mall. Or
This is the
what's
worst
one in-
idea I've maybe ever heard you come up with. And that's saying something.
Do you guys want me to change the topic?
yeah,
Get a new question going?
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Actually, Sam, real quick before we do this, I just wanted to let you know that the live on YouTube, we have people that are
nice.
interacting with the questions, and
That's cool.
CJ Stewart has posted a comment. Can you highlight that?
Oh, what? Yeah, I can. Both of you guys are assholes.
CJ, I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. It means a lot.
That is very, very
that's
nice.
cool.
Yeah. No, that is very, very sweet. I don't know how to hide it now. It's just going to be there forever.
This is going to be there over Toby.
That's fine.
But somehow when all the cool comments about Rob come up, you don't tell me about them. It's only when they're about you or Toby.
Well, when I see one, I'll make sure.
When
that-
what actually happens for you, Rob.
Oh. You didn't put that yourself?
I did not.
Oh, okay. All right.
The picture was perfect. That would have been awesome. I mean, like you could have, that was a good one.
I would honestly though. I think what I would do if money wasn't an issue is really what I'm kind of like starting to do now. Just kind of find what makes me happy and then try to figure out how to do that for money. And maybe I just won't worry about the money part.
Right. Yeah.
Bowling?
When you-
You're talking about bowling? What are you talking about?
Bowling.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Professional bowler.
pretty not okay. I'm pretty okay, not really.
I think you had
That's where I'm.
one good game tonight.
You know, it's not getting me into the Olympics.
Well, it's not there now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Why isn't it fair?
Well, no, it's not in the Olympics.
There's
doesn't have
not.
bowling.
There's not an Olympic bowling.
They tried to,
Oh,
and it
it
hasn't
didn't
happened.
work out. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's.
They said no beer and no French fries.
It's a disgrace, and everybody's like, "Well, we're not doing it."
Exactly.
Like, we won't. We refuse.
I can't bowl without my greasy fingers.
Yeah, that's true. It would be unnatural.
So, Sam, what do you like to do for fun outside of pottery?
I think I kind of mentioned it. I really enjoy traveling.
Okay, yeah.
I go. I like to go with the family to places, and then I like to make little videos from it. I do these videos that highlight the whole trip. I do it in one song. So I take the whole family, and so that's what I really enjoy doing.
How big's your family? Speaking of,
just one daughter, and then
Okay.
my wife. And so that was that's it. And we have a dog. We have an awesome dog. So
They're people too.
yeah, puppies are people too.
Puppies are people too.
I got one
right.
asleep between
behind you, yeah.
Jim and I.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Where was the
Dog's
last
name?
Where was
we
the last
like
place
to also
you?
talk about dog names too. What's your dog's name?
Oh yeah, okay.
Luna.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Next question, or unless you have one.
No, go
Toby,
ahead.
did you have a question? Okay.
No.
Okay. So, which book or author has influenced your life, and how? You guys all don't read. It's okay to say movies.
So true. Boy, that's tough.
Well, I mean, can I say comic book?
Yeah,
Sure,
dude.
absolutely.
Book is in the title.
I mean, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's original Amazing Spider-Man kind of I think a lot about the great power and responsibility and like that.
Nice.
That has definitely influenced the way that I do things. So,
Nice.
And
That's a
the
good
way
answer.
you jump off of buildings.
yeah. Well, I don't want to do that. That's my
Remember? That's one of his
Irrational
fears. He
fear.
doesn't want to fall from
Yeah.
high places.
I know.
Nice.
If he could shoot webs, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
have
if
a
he
problem.
If I
do
could
that.
shoot webs, then I
All
probably
day
wouldn't worry
long.
about it. Yeah.
Anybody else?
There's an artist, Joseph Kosuth. His book was in. He's like a conceptual artist, and then, but also like, this is a children's book, so Jim, you don't have to feel bad about the comic book, but The Little Prince. Was that
Yeah.
Xavier? I can never say the author's name, but I love that book actually.
Mhm.
I
Like
think
the
it has,
illustrations. Yeah.
yeah, it has some profound stuff in there too, actually, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I've heard you talk about that before.
yeah,
So, yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
I have two. For me, the idea of just not being happy with, just what's presented to you became apparent after reading a lot of Chuck Klosterman's work, which is a weird way of dissecting his work, because he's just a pop culture writer. Wrote for Rolling Stone and a lot of other stuff, but his he talks a lot about pop culture. He talked a lot about the real world. He did a whole essay on the real world and how that kind of changed television, and it really made me think deeper into things. He has an essay about why soccer destroyed America, and I'll take the Pepsi challenge on that one. And he's talking about kids soccer, like.
What?
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, he's
Amazing.
talking
Yeah.
about like kids soccer, how everybody plays, everybody, like you still have
that's
the
awful.
kids who actually play and the
Yeah.
game still goes on, and you have the kids who just don't do anything, but we just allow that because that's just
Yeah.
part of it. There's a whole, it's a very good essay. So that one's a big one for me, just because I learned how to think more, I think based on his reading. But Chip Kidd, who's a graphic designer, he wrote a novel about art school, about the first year of art school, called The Cheese Monkeys. And
Nice.
I've read it, probably 20 times, but I've also like given probably 200 copies of that out, like both
Love
to
it.
like students and just people. I'm like, look, just read this. You kind of will understand the first year of art school. And I challenge anyone who's even gone to art school to read it. Because if you read it, you take place of the up until a point.
Yeah, up until a point.
You take place of the narrator. And like you like the art school is like you when they're describing the like the drawing room, like you think of your drawing room that you went to, and it's just like it very much tells you that art school really hasn't changed that much because it's still going on exactly the same, but it's just very familiar to me, and so it's very comforting. So I read that one every couple of years.
Yeah, that's a good one. That book, when he starts describing the different types of people in art school too,
so good.
it's kind of like, oh, I knew that person. Oh, I knew that
Exactly.
person too.
Oh, and you can tell like there's the characters. Like I know all the people. I'm like, oh, that's XYZ, or that's this person. Maybe some of those people have been on the podcast that I went to undergrad with. I don't know, Tobias. I don't know.
Okay. Sam, what about you? Books?
Into the Wild by John Krakauer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I
They
read
made
that
a movie.
book,
Why read the book? They made a movie.
well, I read it before the movie came out, so
He didn't have a choice
okay.
back then.
yeah,
Right.
and it was phenomenal because I have dyslexia, so I didn't read much, but I listened to it, and it was just phenomenal way. It just opened my eyes to travel and to and also to kind of just push fear away and just go for it. And that's what I listened to. I really don't believe that I would have moved off to Croatia if I didn't read that book, just because it was just so inspiring. And I just really appreciated it. And it's all a real true story. He documented so much of his life by journaling, and so it was very inspirational. So yeah, that's my book.
Do you journal? I know you said you make little videos, but do you journal at all?
No, I wish I mean, I used to back in the day, but I don't. And
That's
Now
that's a
he's
young
throwing-
man's game. You don't want to do that.
That's his journaling right there on the wheel. That's how
well,
he does it
yeah.
now.
Well, I have, I have an open conversation with a lot of
Yeah,
people all
yeah.
the time. So yeah,
And all that's
for sure.
like infused in those objects. That's how I'm seeing it now.
That's deep, bro. I like that. I like it. Can I
Don't
use you in
ask
my...
Toby to be your PR person because he'll show
should
up
do it.
the first
You should
time
totally
and
do it.
then
You should
never
totally
again.
do it. Yeah, totally.
I love it. That's a good answer. All you guys, that was good.
So we were talking about, they made a movie. Has anybody read the book, The Road by Cormac? Was it McCarthy?
I didn't
No.
read it.
Is that his name? Is it Cormac McCarthy? Is that
No, that's Jack
Jenny
Kerouac.
McCarthy?
Jack Kerouac.
That's on the road, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My
this
bad.
this is like post-apocalyptic.
Didn't they make that into a movie?
So that's the
Or
thing.
series.
It was a movie with
yeah.
Victor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was on a cruise, going out of Tampa, and I'm sitting at the bar, just like in 2:00 in the afternoon, just trying to get out of the sun, and I'm just like reading the book. And the bartender comes up and gets me something to drink, and she's like, "Oh, I heard they're making that a movie." I was like, "Oh, this?" And she's like, "Yeah, they so and so's in it." And I'm just like, "All right." And I literally closed that book and never picked it up again.
What?
Because
You are
why
ridiculous.
am I going to waste all that time when I just hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours? If I like the movie, then I can go back and read the book and imagine everything else. But like, I'm path of least resistance, man.
I feel like you need to go back and read that book now.
Yeah, because the movie, I turned it off.
No,
Movie
it's not
stunk.
that bad.
It's not
Is
that
it?
good. It's not.
It has
No,
its
it's like
moments.
him and that girl.
It has
What
its
moments does it have? Because I didn't get to them.
Well, that's your problem.
Well, you know what? They should have tried harder. The book didn't try hard enough. And there's a good story about. So the cover of that book is just a black cover, and it just has the author's name. It says The Road, and that's both in brown. It's quite possibly the most phoned in book cover of all time. Chip Kidd, probably the guy who wrote Cheese Monkeys, probably the most famous book jacket designer of all time, did all these amazing mock-ups, like maybe a dozen of them. And he did this author, Cormac McCarthy. I'm pretty sure that's the name, but I could be screwing that up. I think he did the book All the Pretty Horses, I think is the name of it. And Chip Kidd did the cover for that, and that book won a bunch of awards and blah 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 blah. And so he wanted Chip to do the second one, and so he's like working on it, and he's just like, yeah, I just don't like, the author's just like, I don't feel that that's capturing what the book's about. And I think it's taking over like a month, like months and months to go back and forth, and they're about to publish the book, or the book's printed, they just don't have the jacket at this point, blah 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 blah. And like Chip's like, I'm like fed up, I'm about to quit and hand it over to someone else because I can't get it. And he's like, and so I'm just so pissed off, I just delete everything and put a black square and just send that. And the notes were like, it's perfect. And literally, if you look at the cover, it is a black square.
Oh, that's funny.
Where he removed everything else. So I've seen the mock-ups before, and so I believe it's like a brown font, but it's not really a brown font. There was an image in front of it, and it's like an overlay on the text, and so it just comes out as brown. So it's a pretty interesting story, but I never finished the book nor the movie. So
All right, good for you. Way to come through.
I deliver.
That's what you're here for.
That's what I'm here for. All right, Sam, what's next on the agenda? What else you got for us?
Okay. Do you more often regret things you did or things you didn't do?
Whoa. Dude, I don't have time to think about any of that.
I know. I would say I'd probably regret things I did, but at the same time, I try not to spend too much time on that. I don't necessarily regret things I didn't do, because by the time I am to the point that I should regret it, I've already forgot about it, because that's how ADHD works.
Exactly. You're like, there's probably a lot of things I should regret doing and not doing, and I forget both.
Like your haircut?
Or not cut. It's not cut.
Oh, okay. Look at what's going on, man.
I don't know. It's just
I like it.
There's a lot of hair back there. Thank you.
I think it's
Thank you,
great.
Samuel.
Yeah, I like that. Anybody else have an answer?
I would say probably regret things I've done more so than not. Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Jim
That's
does
not a good
everything,
time.
so he can't regret things he didn't do because he does it all. So the only option for him is to regret some of the things he's done.
Yeah.
See, my whole thing is like, I've got things that I could have done, and they could have been really awesome, but it would have changed my life so much that I don't know. I'm not that person I was, so I don't necessarily regret anything.
It's like alternate universe stuff here. You can't.
Totally.
Right. I would say that regret things you did. I usually learn so much from what I did, and
that's
if I
good.
have that sense of regret, it's usually gone, because I learned so much from the way I behaved or what have you. I learned from it. I grew from it. So I would have to say the latter then. The things that I didn't do. I think when you because we taught abroad, there's just so much. There's a life that's still going on that I could have been part of if I would have stayed. you know, that type of thing. Or if I would have kept
Yeah.
on going overseas some places, and seeing the world that I haven't seen yet, you know. So I would say more of the latter.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
Yeah, thank you.
Dang.
We're not living in regret. We're
Yes.
done with that. Moving on.
Before I end, Rob, this is yours. This is your
Oh man,
mug.
I'm
What?
so excited.
Yeah.
Milo's is gonna drink nice out of that.
And then
Oh, that's nice.
Tobias, this is yours. And you
See,
can
mine's a little sexier, Rob.
Mine can go inside yours.
No, I don't think so. Is it
Let's
that?
keep it school appropriate, guys. Let's keep it school
They
appropriate.
can nest.
So this is what
They
it'll
can-
look like. It, you know. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
There
That's
we go.
awesome.
There you go. So
Yeah.
Looks
there you go.
Jim's
great.
got his mug here. He's
I've
been showing it
drinking
off.
drinking out of it all night.
Nice.
So Sam,
Yeah.
where can people like get in touch with you? Do you have like a Instagram, or do you do anything on the internet?
1-800 number.
No, this might sound really corny, but I make okay money and I'm fine. So like I don't do this as a way of the business, because it would
Mhm.
take the joy out of it.
Okay.
So I just do it for the interaction, the connection. Yes, I would definitely sell them, but if I put any time or energy into it, it would lose its
Yeah.
it
Kinda
would
suck the joy out of it.
Makes
yeah,
perfect sense.
it wouldn't make it sacred anymore. So this is just kind of my way of kind of oasis, and it's about that human connection with me. That's what really does it for me. So yeah, that's
Nice.
my
And
answer.
I like it. I mean, that's kind of somehow how we got this podcast going. That was the whole idea, like to talk to people and talk to people from
Yeah.
different walks of life and see what other people are up to, because we're all kind of going through the same challenges of fun
Yeah.
that we all get to deal with.
Sam, are you looking to meet more people to do sessions with?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you
Okay.
guys, if there's anybody that's out there, you know what, I wanted to throw an idea out there that I would do one a month, for people that are watching, that I would do one every month. And so if I had 12 people, I would do
Oh, that's awesome.
12. So if there's anybody out there that wants to do it, I'm more than happy to make you a mug and ship it out to you. So I got up to 12, the first people to write it in.
Okay.
I feel like
so how do
I
you
feel like a radio station.
I know, right?
well, how do you want them to contact you?
He's saying right now in the comments, even they can.
Yeah.
Oh, just in the comments here.
But
Yeah.
what about if it's like posts, like people listening to this later? Can we get this to you?
Sure, as long as it's the first 12. So it's the
All right.
first 12.
Okay.
There
I
you
think
go.
they
Jim, that's on
comment-
you
They can
to-
comment on. Yeah,
Okay.
Jim, you're in
To
charge.
connect
Okay.
them. Jim, you're in charge of that.
Yeah, just
Okay.
an email address
Sounds
would be
good.
fine.
Okay. Email.
Sweet.
All right.
So people can go to the Instagram
Yeah,
and comment.
maybe-
Maybe we'll put up you'll put up something
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, comment if you want to."
Oh, guess what? Kevin Malella is in the chat, and he wants to be first. So, I would love for Kevin to be a guest on the podcast. So, Kevin, you should sign up for that as well. But
Yeah.
Do
He would be
do
a
you
great
have-
guest.
Do you have Kevin's contact info, Sam?
Yes, yeah. We just
Yeah,
talked
okay.
last night actually. So
Oh, you did. Okay, great.
yeah.
Kevin, get in a mug, get in a conversation. Look at this, connecting people that you talked to yesterday.
yes, yeah. Making connections. That
How
already
I
were
like
there.
to
About
roll.
it, so
Do you have one last question? What do you got there, Sam?
okay. How does attitude affect one's life?
Tremendously.
Attitude's everything.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling myself I'm happy right now.
Right.
I have a positive attitude right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Nick?
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I would say I think one of the things I learned is having self-compassion for yourself. You know, like you do something, you screw up, be the friend that be the friend that in like be the good roommate in your own head, for crying out loud. Don't be that don't be that terrible roommate that is always just just a bad person, and you don't want to be around them anymore. That roommate should be somebody that is encouraging, and that voice in the head should be a good roommate. That's the way I like to think of the attitude.
Did you and Jim live together? Because you sound like a lot of his former roommates.
No,
No,
we
I'm
didn't.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
So one thing about we're talking about attitude, and it made me actually think of I heard this probably 5-6 months ago. The brain, your human brain, can't decipher between actual memories and fabricated memories. So once you commit something to your head, maybe you have a memory that happened and it didn't go exactly how you wanted it to. But if you were to actually change it a little bit in your head and you start remembering that, then you can't decipher if that is a fabricated memory.
Yeah.
So in reality, if that's the case, we have the power to, I'm not trying to get deep. I'm just actually having a conversation. Like, I think we have the power to change, to make our own attitude, because aren't we affected by everyone else and everything that's happened to us in our attitude? So in theory, if we want to have a good attitude, we just have to lie to ourselves. We have to spotless mind ourselves, is kind of what I'm getting at.
Steve.
Toby's doing it right now.
Huh? Sorry, what?
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
What happened?
Exactly. I saw it. I could feel it.
That was a good response, Toby. That was classic.
Thank you.
So, Sam, one thing that we do on this podcast every week is we have a secret word, and that secret word is to let listeners know that they're part of an exclusive club, the Been Trying to Meet You fan club. We got a fan club membership now. Toby's making membership cards. And that secret word is something to identify yourself as a listener. So we let our guests come up with the secret word. So Sam, you get to pick the secret word this week. So you don't have to,
Or phrase. It can be a phrase.
or phrase, or secret handshake.
Number.
Something you want people to put in the chat to show that they listened all the way through.
No one knows that.
Yeah, no one actually does it.
Dang, man, you guys put me on the spot.
I know. It's something we like to do. We like to have a good conversation and then screw you up for the last 2 minutes. Just make you
Go out
sweat.
on a sour note.
Give you the full Toby experience, the full Toby package, as we like to call it.
That is pretty much sums it all up.
Make it awkward.
Man. Dang, you guys.
While you're thinking,
okay,
CJ. While you're thinking, CJ also would like to be signed up for a pottery session.
There you go.
Sweet.
Jambalaya, can you connect them, Jambalaya?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, good job.
Jim has the power.
It could be.
It could be, where you live.
What was the book?
One enough.
Into the Wild.
It could be the book, Into the Wild. You've got many choices.
It could be Walla Walla Wild. I'm just throwing things out there.
Into the Walla Walla.
Into the Walla Walla. I like that.
Man, you guys got me, man. You guys really got me. One of my slogans is "Let the Merc work," and that's my last name is Mirkovich. Let the Merc work, but
let the Merc work.
Yeah,
I like it.
You need that needs to be a T-shirt.
I know that needs to be the whole time we're talking, I'm like, well, he should just do a podcast where he,
I know
talks to people and just
it would be a lot better than this one. So Sam,
it's not.
Yeah, you're way better at this than we are.
Yeah, he's got a whole thing. He's like making a pot. Like he's way better at this.
I know.
And
so
he
you should
doesn't
make a
even do
podcast and put these up, and
Yeah,
be better
I
than
guess.
this.
Okay, let the Merc work. I love it.
Or it could be Sam the Man, the Mug Man.
Oh,
man, the Mug Man. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
no. You
Well,
can
which
sell
one should it be,
BTs.
guys? We have 3 votes right now. So let's.
I'm let the Merc work.
Yeah, I'm
is
going
where
Merc
at.
work. I'm going with
Okay.
the
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Should be your official slogan. I would endorse
And
you.
I do make T-shirts, and I have made the T-shirt. So and I made it for everybody in my family. So
Perfect.
there's more than one Merc, but
right.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the original. They just are around. is How
You're the
I,
original, the original Merc.
yeah, they're just around. Even though if they came before, they're just around at this point. So
Well, this was fun, guys.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally.
Thanks for
Thank you
doing
so
it.
much
Thanks
for
making
coming
a
on.
pot or cup, mug.
Yeah. Mug.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. Always good to talk to you, Sam.
He's the
Oh.
Merc, the mug man, murky mug. You don't like murky water, but you're a murky guy.
That's true. That's true. I don't
should
like
shut up.
to swim in murky waters.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
right.
You should go to Nebraska at the largest.
That wasn't clear. That lake's
That
clear.
was the
That's a good clear
clearest,
lake.
clearest.
That's a great
You know,
clear lake McConaughey.
freshwater lake I've seen. Matthew McConaughey, the lake. It's in Nebraska. You can go get pizza and have a conference
And go see a lake.
and go see a lake.
Okay.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. I'd like to do it again sometime. So
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Once
definitely do it again.
Once you are a friend of the podcast, you are welcome to come by anytime. So just let Jim know. Jim will hook you up.
Yeah. Definitely.
sounds great.
Awesome.
Thanks
you
for
again.
setting this up, guys.
Yep,
Thank you
thanks.
for doing it.
You're welcome.
Oh, did he?